everybody, Edo here, and this is the Great Dinosaur Rush. It is designed by Scott Almes, art by Mr. Cuddington, graphic design Paul Tsang, Daniel Salas, development by Jonathan Madison, Sean McLeod, and production by Kevin Brusky and APE Games. Seth Johnson backed this, had a copy, and we've played it and played it again and again. I have to say, this is without a doubt one of my favorite games this year and in some time. This game is stellar. It is stellar. The last game that had me sit back in sort of awe of the execution, the delivery, the components, the sort of mastery of design was probably Five Tribes or Istanbul, where, you know, as somebody who makes games and as designers, you're just like, why do I even try when people are executing like this? It is so good. This game is great. Family loves it. Play this again and again. It is fabulous. This is a fabulous game. Recommend it. Check it out. Play. I mean, it's fun, family, casual game, right? This isn't a mid-core, hardcore game for people who want to, you know, it's light fun. It's sort of Ticket to Ride Plus a little bit, but this game is great. The core mechanic is you're discovering bones and collecting bones, and you, on your turn, you can walk, and you sort of get the bones at the start of the turn, but you're moving through this site and picking up bones and collecting bones, and then you're building a dinosaur out of it. And the dinosaur has different rules as to where the bones need to be, and they, and you know, the green one is for the body and ribs and the head. The yellow is for the neck and the tail. The red is the limbs. Blue is sort of unique. It can go anywhere. White is a wild, but it can only be touching one other color, so you know it can't be a common betweener. It has to be one specific thing. But using the simple construction rules, you're making all these different creatures you want. They're made-up dinosaurs in order to score for the coolest size or height or length or ferocity. And not only does that work, but then there are a bunch of bonus objective cards that are based on, like, a Stegosaurus, bone structure, and all of these other bone structures, Triceratops, that gives you an idea of how to make really cool looking dinosaurs. So not only is it puzzle, how am I going to get something that gives me maximum amount of points because it's really long or tall or ferocious, but it's fun, and how am I going to make it look nice? Now that's just, it naturally comes through. The game is over three rounds with a number of phases in the rounds. You're going to pick up, you're going to move on the board, and then you're going to sort of suggest which is a better, you know, move the multiplier up in the different categories. It's very scoring friendly where ties go to everybody. And then you have some additional actions you can do to get, you know, to draw another bonus card, to change, you know, the pieces you've taken. You have some different abilities you can use, and then there's this notoriety system, or notoriety, I guess, how notorious you are, where there's a set of additional actions you can take, stealing something, putting a landmine on the board, more powerful moves you can take that get you these tokens, which the person with the most, who's the most notorious, gets negative points. They're worth 1 to 3 each. Everyone else is worth, you can have some of it, so you get some points. So you don't want to, you want to have some, you don't want to have the most. And you can also send out bones to pay for it. Look, it all works. It's all great. This game's awesome. I haven't seen my wife have so much fun playing a game in a long time. And we play games, and she is fun. But awesome. Recommended. Check it out. There are some quibbles, I guess. Board can get a little locked up. You can sort of play around it, but it never really bothered me. The player shields are ridiculous. Okay, so these are ridiculous. These are so large, so unnecessarily large, they do detract from the game. You end up saying, well, don't use it until this one moment and pull it back out. The art's great, the information on the inside's great, but these are 50% smaller. No one needs to cover up. I mean, I know dinosaurs get big, but like putting these on a board and playing and having to look over them because they're so high that you can't see the board, like, too big. And then some minor, you know, the font on the font choice on the board is hard to read. Beautiful, but hard to read, and unnecessarily small in places. They had more room, they could have used it. So that's all I got. This game is awesome. Scott, you nailed this one. I don't know if you just started with, like, I want to make a game out of making bones to make dinosaurs, and then you built out everything on top of it, or vice versa. But this is the pinnacle of Jurassic paleontology, archaeology, expressionism. This is great. Good work. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.